We have moved from one mountain to another. Last week, the final temptation Jesus faced was on a mountain, surveying all the kingdoms of the world in their magnificence, while the devil continually questioned his identity as God's Son. This week, at the summit of another mountain, Peter, James, and John see Jesus transfigured, shining like the sun, his clothes white as light. And they hear these words of God the Father, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." Transfiguration, a glimpse of glory. Though we may not see Jesus transfigured on Mount Tabor, each of us catches glimpses of glory on our own mountaintops. It might have been a great success, a warm and tender time of love, an inspiring retreat, a wonderful vacation, a team's championship, or a family celebration. Think of a high moment in your life when you felt on top of the world. There is a tendency to want to stay in these moments, to hang on and somehow package the experience to carry in our pockets. Peter said, "Lord, it is good that we are here. If you wish, I will make 3 tents." Seeing Christ in all his glory, along with Moses and Elijah, Peter wanted to stay on the mountain. This week, thousands of people will nonviolently invade Anaheim for the Los Angeles Religious Education Congress. This weekend of inspiring talks, beautiful liturgy, and connecting with dear friends I rarely see is always a time of transfiguration for me. I always want to stay and build about 40,000 tents, or at least a dozen. But there is more to the transfiguration than a glimpse of glory. On the mountaintop, the Father not only says, "This is my beloved Son," but also, "Listen to him." When the disciples heard this, they fell prostrate and were very much afraid. Why were they afraid? It was not the vision itself, but the command of the Father that they feared. Listen to him. Right before this, Jesus had said, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." Jesus had predicted his passion, how he'd be rejected, would suffer, and be killed. He talked about the share that his followers would have in that. Do you understand the fear now? Who wants to deny themselves and carry a cross? Nevertheless, we hear the words of the Father, "Listen to him," and also those of St. Paul to Timothy, "Bear your share of hardship for the gospel with the strength that comes from God." From our transfiguration highs, we are called to go down the mountain to carry our daily cross. Long ago, the Lord said to Abram, "Go forth from the land of your kinsfolk and from your father's house to a land that I will show you." Missionary discipleship is about going down the mountain, beyond our comfort zones and cliques, to whomever Jesus calls us. When we read the Gospels, we see him with tax collectors, sinners, and prostitutes. Basically, anyone rejected and excluded by society and religion. Going forth for us means expanding our personal borders to be with the sick, the elderly, the poor, people with disabilities, our sisters and brothers in prison. We have much to learn from them. These are the friends Jesus calls around his table, the ones who daily bear a cross not of their own choosing. We are called forth from the mountaintop and from our comfortable little cliques to a land and to people God will show us. We can carry these glimpses of glory in the treasure chest of our hearts, returning to them in times of prayer. But we cannot stay there. We're not called to build tents, but the kingdom, a world in which everybody is included. When we do, we will know the glory, the cross, and a whole bunch of people who will bless our lives unexpectedly. Our Lady of Perpetual Help, pray for us.